that point, that's a
Yeah.
that's good. It's a great spot.
It's a nice spot. It's a good
Perfect spot.
So lots of fun stuff happening for the holiday season, but we're going to talk to somebody who knows a little something about the holidays, and he has a show that you can go to too to get into the holiday spirit. So we will talk all about that right after this quick break. We will talk all about that right after this quick break. Because we have local singer, national singer, international singer, Billy Gilman joining us here today, but we claim him as ours.
Oh,
He's ours.
hello,
We claim him
SNE
as
family.
Rhode
ours.
Island, our Rhode Island, success story, really. I mean, you have been at this for years and years.
Yeah.
Much success over the years in
crazy.
different ways. I know
Sure.
that you've done different things and seen different levels of success through different things you've done, but let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
I do feel like, of course, like most people are familiar with your story, but just in case they're not.
Oh, there are plenty that aren't.
Remind us about how it all started for you. Because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, longer than like the commercial success.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it took time to. It just wasn't like someone just found me in a school choir and plopped me
Popped you right
into
out.
Nashville. You know, we worked. I mean, it really started with my grandma. She just knew that I was doing things at 6 and 7 that the other grandkids were not doing with their voices, and just random. I mean, to my knowledge, there's no like singer in my
I
family.
was just gonna ask you that.
No musical history that I know of, unless someone's too shy to
Okay.
express it.
Yeah.
And now that I hold this cloud over the family, I don't know if they're really gonna go for it. But so yeah, she just saw it and knew of a vocal coach locally that had success in Las Vegas, and she had come back home to be home. Well, that ended quickly. And she called this vocal coach. Her name's Angela Bakari, who's been with me for now 30 years.
Yeah, you've been with her this whole time.
30
right?
years.
Yeah.
Yep. And she expressed that she had a grandson that sings. Later, I found out that Angela was like, yeah, everyone has a grandson.
Everybody has that. Yeah.
And she said, no, you don't get it. And she says, well, I'm full now, because she had actually, the doctor had told her she had a car accident, and then she went to this, I love being on a podcast because you
Isn't
can
it
just talk and
great?
talk and
I
talk. You're
know.
not like,
Isn't it nice?
so regimented. She went to this one party, like a Pampered Chef party. And it was like, not tarot cards, but like reading your eyes and your
Yeah.
health and all that. And,
Oh.
and
Amazing.
right. And this woman said to her, you should go get your head checked. Go. So what? So she had a massive tumor wrapped around her spinal cord, and was like 7 minutes away from being
Stop it.
completely wheelchair bound, like nuts. So there's this huge write up in the papers about it. Her success. She opened up for Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Cosby, all these people in Vegas. So she RCA recording artist. So everyone in the Rhode Island area knew of her, especially the older generation. Sorry, Inge. And so my grandmother knew of her and trusted that she would know enough to do something with me. So she says, no, you have to make time for him. So we scooted on down to her little home studio. And that afternoon I went down and I sang, I forget what song I sang at the moment, but she had like 10 to 15 voice students and completely canceled them all and just took me.
Wow.
Stop it.
Yep. And then we started the journey, and once she knew I was confident enough, because coming from Little Richmond, Rhode Island, I would just get a CD from Strawberries or whatever,
Yes,
FYE,
yes.
CDs.
I know.
You just brought me right back.
Right.
It would be like, how exciting was it though to go to Strawberries and get a CD?
Oh,
Ah, and
off-
open
hot
up,
off the
and I love the
press.
booklets and the pictures.
Yes.
I loved it.
You know, the words.
Hope the lyrics were in it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right. Sometimes they weren't.
Yeah.
But I would just sing along to the person with it. Like I didn't know
Gotcha.
karaoke or background tracks. Just I didn't know. And so she, taught me all of that and how to sing alone and how to properly sing and hold your breath and all of that. And when she found out that I was confident enough, we started to find a little agent around Providence that booked me from anywhere from New Hampshire, your favorite, Ash.
Love it.
All the way to New York, like at festivals. So I would work on the weekends, try to do my schoolwork during the week, and just did that for a good 3.5 years. And randomly was doing a private party in Connecticut for like this wealthy man's kid's birthday. And Greg Piccolo from former Roomful of Blues was a part of that evening for the music. And he said, I have a friend in Texas. Would you mind sending me a demo of a couple of songs? And you just never know. And that got the attention of that gentleman, Ray Benson, who is legendary in like the Western swing, which is a bygone era. I love that kind of music. I grew up on that. He believed that I, had something, so he flew Angela and I down to Austin, Texas. I was 9 to record the demo, and then 11 months later, he asked, which I didn't know was a showcase, because at 10 I didn't even know it.
You didn't know.
I can't
yeah,
10, 11.
I mean,
at 9 and
please,
10 was
10?
going.
Can I just get on stage, put my cowboy boots on? Can I just
Right.
go?
You know, I'm thinking about my stepson is 10. I
Right,
cannot
can you imagine
this
this?
journey as a 10-year-old?
And it's so funny because it was not put. It was just. There was no other way. Like
Right.
there was no other way to be and exist in my opinion. It was just that was my goal.
That was your goal.
And don't know where it came from. Don't know where the inspiration. It's just weird. Like sometimes you go to college and you find out your passion. This one totally.
This got you early.
It got me early. It was in me before I even had a choice or a voice. I guess you know.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, he flew me to Nashville. I didn't know that it was a quote unquote showcase at that time, but I remember doing my couple of songs, and at the end of the show, all these people just swarmed Angela and I. I went, "What is going on?"
Wow.
Just
And
got goosebumps.
I know.
she gravitated towards this one gentleman because he brought his family with him, and she said, I like to see that dichotomy, of
Yeah.
course, with a young kid. And mind you, now looking back at it as a 37-year-old human being that could have kids, I'm like, God bless you for trusting Angela
Yeah.
so
Right, I
in-
know.
with your
With your
firstborn.
child.
Yes.
And she just said because you were so driven and she knew the responsibility of having someone else's kid, every day in hotels and
Wow.
airports and things. And so we signed with that gentleman for the management team, and then Sony got wind of it, and we were signed to Sony like 9 months after that.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Honestly, amazing.
it's been
I mean,
really since 1997.
That's
when
how
it
long.
all started.
Oh
were
my
you
God.
always interested in country music?
Yeah, until I met Angela.
Yeah.
That's all I grew up on. You
Yeah.
go to Jamie O'Shoe World when Jamie O'Shoe World
Yep.
was around,
Yes.
and you'd get the soccer black and white
Yes.
because that's what everyone was doing. So my family grew up on country, so that's
Yeah.
all I knew.
Yeah.
So naturally, that's what you're embedded with.
Mhm.
And when I met Angela, she came from the world of, Celine and
Yeah.
Tony Bennett and Frank
Yeah.
Sinatra and Streisand, and so I realized, oh, my voice can do that too. It's not just,
Yeah.
yodel hee hoo kind
Yeah.
of deal.
Yeah.
And that part of my brain always was, I had to compartmentalize because I knew I had a job to do with this look and this sound, which was it's organically me. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I write the
Right.
best. But I was seeing like going into the studio and doing a duet for my first Christmas record, which another prodigy at that time, Charlotte Church, the opera singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she had like this 60-piece orchestra. I'm like, I want this.
Yeah. Right.
This is massive.
Right.
Right now, it's beautiful. So that stuck by me and really was part and parcel of a lot of my success when I was asked to be on The Voice.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a record label at that point. Didn't have any.
So
Didn't,
let's talk about that experience
Yeah.
a little bit. So then, you've had success. You had success, without that. But then The Voice came along. Tell us how that happened and how that fit into your career.
Yeah.
Well, I was really, you know what about going on. I was emphatic about it in a negative way.
Okay.
My voice. So at 15, 14, I was always a late bloomer in everything. My
Okay.
teeth, I didn't get my first set of teeth. I was like a year old. Like I was always late to
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Kind of like my career. No, I'm kidding. So everything was like it took time with my body, and so my voice changed a little later than
okay.
most.
Oh, I see
Okay.
what you're saying.
And so we were on the road doing like 7 shows a week. We were doing 175 dates,
Mhm.
on 3 buses, 2 trucks. I mean, the whole 9
The whole
yards.
thing. Wow.
Incredible.
And one night I got off stage and I said, "It hurts."
Okay.
Never did I
Wasn't
ever
for
say
your
that.
voice anymore.
And I
where
said,
it was at.
"Something's up." And so Angela said, "We're going to cancel the next week." She didn't
Yeah.
even give it a thought, like maybe
Wow.
you're tired or anything.
Right,
She-
right,
nope.
right.
She goes, because she knew she could
She
already
knew.
hear it.
Yeah.
Wow.
As a voice coach, she's like,
Yeah.
"We got to go to Vanderbilt Clinic in Nashville." So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Stephen Brown, I'll never forget him. He put that camera down my throat and he said, "You're hitting the mark, kid."
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I went into panic mode, not for me,
Right.
but I'm thinking, like 75 people are going
Yeah.
out of a job.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know, and so I literally had to stop, and it took a long time. Now, mind you, I still made records
Right.
during that
Yeah,
time,
you were
but
still
I would
singing.
literally sing for 8 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and stop for the rest of the day. 'Cause
Okay.
I would go it would
Yeah.
just go.
It would just go.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I thought, no, it's like a muscle. Just keep going, keep hitting those high
Okay.
notes, and I almost damaged it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to go on 6 months of complete voice rest.
Oh my God.
That was rough,
Yeah, I could
especially
never
because
do
I'm a
that.
talker.
I know.
I mean,
I'm like, you're like
survive.
me. Like,
Oh yeah,
Survive.
the dry erase companies went sky high in stock
be
because I'm like,
sponsored.
I'm telling you.
need a sponsor.
So it took a very long time, and I was about 19, 20 when I really not only got the confidence back, but I knew that I could rely on it again, like doing shows and,
Okay.
and rebuild it. I was doing, you know,
You kind of started at square one again a little bit.
Square one.
Yeah.
but that.
But still at 19, a young age.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
I'm
so
still
young
starting over.
still.
You know, you still evolve.
Yeah, you're still evolving. yeah.
Renaissance man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just it's crazy. But so when that era of my life happened, of course now I had been in Nashville back and forth for almost 10 years at that point. I said I want to go down and I want to songwrite. I want to at 21, 22. I want to go down and I want to stay with my piano player. I didn't have a condo or a house there at that point because I was still a minor.
Yeah.
And then 2021, I moved in with my piano player and his at that time fiance, now wife. Rented a bedroom, and we just wrote songs. And I got to learn how to use Pro Tools and how to use the computer and how to, pick up a guitar and learn a couple chords to play if I don't have a songwriting session with someone else that plays. Just all the stuff to make you not just this person that's being told what to do, how to stand, what to wear,
Yeah.
how to feel. And so I stayed there for 3-4 years. Made some great songs. I wrote, my gosh, probably 50, close to 60 songs with a girl by the name of Liz Rose.
Okay.
She wrote Teardrops on My Guitar, Picture to Burn,
Wow.
Love Story. Like she was Taylor's, right hand woman. And I didn't realize this, but when we were first getting back together, I just reached out to her. I said, "Hey, Liz, this is Billy Gilman. I'm in town, living here for now, and I would love to get together. And maybe if we write a song and it works, we can formulate something." And it did. And we sat down the very first meeting, and she goes, "You don't remember, do you?" And I'm like, "No, what?" She goes, "You were the very first artist that gave me my first top 5 record."
What?
And it was a song about her niece who had a rare form of a disease
Oh my
that didn't make
goodness.
it. I'm always about messages. That's just always about me to help someone, to change someone's mind.
That is you.
And the song is called Elizabeth, and it went to number 5 on the country charts, and that was her first success.
my
So we
gosh.
just hit it off, and she's always been such an advocate for me and in my corner. But all in that time frame of 24, 25, 23-ish, the voice was calling Angela's office line. And was like, "Where's Billy? We always, love him. Would he want to come on and do this?" And I automatically, nope, slam, nope. If I didn't have to do this at 12, I'm not doing it at 26.
Absolutely.
I'm not doing it. I'm not
understand
doing
that.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not egotistical, but I just didn't know because my name has already been out
You already
there.
have your name.
Yeah.
So
You know-
you didn't think that you necessarily needed that platform.
Or what would it look like to someone else that was a
Yeah.
librarian that wanted to be a singer
Oh,
or a
I
waitress?
see what you mean. Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yep.
not
Yeah.
necessarily fair.
Right, like the
Right.
teacher that no one knew could sing. All of a sudden, yeah.
And that's such a great storyline.
Yeah.
Like Secretariat, you didn't think, and then bam,
Bam.
I
Yeah.
love that kind of
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
But that I had to come to the realization through nice therapy sessions that was also my moment because I was never given a voice. I was always told what to do,
True.
and it's like starting a career over again. It wasn't like I had success a year before then and
Right.
flopped and then
Yeah.
just took an easy way out. It was 10 years after this whole big success. So I'm like, you know what? I guess it does make sense. I'm not that person anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have no record label. We're trying to pitch. No, they weren't really eating at it at that moment. They didn't know where I was going. They didn't know. So I said, you know what? The 5th call they did, I said, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to do it. And so I said, do I have to audition? They said, yes, you have to audition. So I'm like, oh, what if they don't turn? I mean, all
right. Because then now you're like,
What if
now
they
I'm
don't
like,
now? Right.
Oh,
what
and
if I don't even make it after all this?
but that hearing all those different musical genres really helped me in that sense, just to not fall into the line of, okay, I need to only be country music, but I just sing songs that will speak to people at that moment.
Yeah.
Because if it's speaking to
Made
me in such a
sense
hard
for
way,
you.
Yeah.
it'll read through to the
Yeah.
to the people that vote. So
Amazing.
and luckily it did.
Billy.
Oh, so good. All right, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back with Billy. I feel like the show should be an hour, but we
Can
don't
we?
have an hour. So hold on. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Be right back. We are so excited to continue our conversation with singer Billy Gilman, who is with us today. And we were saying the show needs to be so much longer.
I mean,
Right?
maybe like an hour with Billy, more than that.
I'm giving the abridged version.
Giving
This
the
is
abridged
Cliff Notes.
version.
Maybe sometime we will do like longer format shows.
That'd
and
be
kind of
amazing,
dig
like
in
a
a bit,
real
but-
dive in. Yeah.
Like a part 2. But you have a holiday show coming up here that
Yep.
people can go and see what. Tell
Yeah,
us about it.
December 13th at the East Greenwich Odeum. They literally have become, like you guys, total family. Such great team. They work so hard. and it's just I love the sound of the room
Mm.
as well as the fact that they're amazing. And this was the I don't even know now the fifth year there. 12th annual already, like 12
That's
years. Where does that
unbelievable.
12? Where did that go? So yeah, and this one's fun. This year we've changed up some of the songs. We've changed up some of the way the show is going to run. There's a special guest that's going to come out. People know and love this gentleman around the holiday season.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll be making an appearance. We're doing a huge selfie station.
Oh, I love that.
You know, in the lobby this year. So it's and the lighting. What we've done with the lighting this year is so cool.
Oh,
like I
that's
finally,
awesome.
for whatever reason, this year they called me and said, "Are you available a few weeks prior? Because we want to sit down with you and let's like build it together." I'm like, "Well, let's
You
go."
like say no more.
Because you know, I come in with my crew, they come in with their crew, and I don't like to over ask or over assume like certain things, but I have my ideas. But
Yeah.
Right.
you know, you're lucky to get in the room and have the facility, and that's
Right,
make
right,
it work.
yeah.
Right.
But to have them say, "What do you want?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
"Oh my
let's
god!"
take it up.
So
a
we
notch.
have
sit
we have
down.
So
huge
fun.
like 6-foot pillars wrapped in like candy canes.
Oh, Billy.
And it's gonna be and the lighting, the entering, the opening scene, and the closing is really really cool.
And I mean,
I'm
you've played all over
excited.
the world.
Yeah.
Like, to be home though
That's
in
so
Rhode
fun.
Island, like that has to be amazing. Right?
It's one of the few times I always get nervous before I sing, but it's just so fun that it overrides those insecurities.
Yeah.
And I just have fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's so great. But it's a
Well-
lot of singing though.
Speaking of being from Rhode
A lot
Island,
of
before we let you go today, we have to ask you about some of your favorite Rhode Island things.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Alright, you
proud.
ready?
I'm a proud
So,
roadie.
We'll start with like restaurants. Where is like your go-to restaurant that like when you come home, because you travel a lot, when you come home, like I have to go there. Maybe it's like the first restaurant you go to when you get home.
That's the easiest answer. Well, there's a lot of them.
Let me see if I'm gonna see if I.
There's a lot of them actually, but two that I repeat
Yeah.
constantly. I'm like, we gotta go. Is Cafe Vino.
Oh, that's great.
Uh-huh.
You told me about that one years
It's
ago.
literally as big as this studio, and they have all different plates. Like you're literally
I still have
your
all
Nana's
of
house.
Oh, yeah.
BYOB. So you bring what you want.
Right.
And the food, like I'm such a foodie. I'm such a cook. I
Yes, you
sometimes I
are.
won't even go to a restaurant because I like my flavor.
Yes, we've had you cook on the road show.
Right,
which
right,
I want to
right.
have
I
you
just-
do again.
I just like I know how I tweak it, and I
Yeah.
like my and I watch cooking shows and read
Yes,
cooking books on
yes.
planes. Like it's just my other
What's
passion.
your other
Yeah.
passion?
It totally is. Cafe Vino and Amadeo's.
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Yeah, and
Another one I
Knightsville.
haven't been
Good
to. And
one.
Amadeo that's funny. Like,
And he's an idol.
and because he was on Idol, which is why I know who he is because we covered Idol a lot at
Yep,
that time. and his
absolutely.
logo. Oh
Those
my
two
God,
spots
that's
are
so
That's
their
your go-tos.
Italian wedding soup. They add cheese tortellini to the Italian wedding soup, which is not conventional,
gotta
but it
go.
is
I gotta go to both
awesome.
these places.
But like Twin Oaks and
Twin Oaks.
Yeah.
you know,
Gotta do it.
Susie and
Yes,
Dean and
yes, yes.
I love them.
Okay,
So
30 seconds. One thing you have to do in Rhode Island during the holiday season.
Oh.
come see my Christmas show.
Yeah.
The ice skating rink.
Yeah.
Now the new one in Warwick.
It's so nice.
I really am
It's really
ashamed
nice.
to say listening
It
to you.
just started. It just
Oh,
this
really?
weekend
Yeah.
just opened.
And I'm ashamed to say
Gorgeous.
I've never been to the unless it's new the,
The
Garden
festival-
City.
Oh yeah, you gotta
I've
get
never been
over
there during the
Yeah, you gotta
Christmas,
get over there.
like with all
You
of
gotta
it's
go.
all built up and festive.
joyful,
Yeah,
all of that. I wish we had so much
Billy,
more
we
time.
I know you
you.
guys are the best.
Billy,
Always.
Ellen, thank you
Such
for joining
amazing.
us. We absolutely love you.
Love you more.
And we're
Seriously,
just gonna have
thank you.
back and do a part two.
Anytime.
Yes.
Thank you so
Anytime.
much
You
for
guys are
joining
the
us
best.
today on Spotlight New England. We'll see you next time.